So a little bit about radiation balance. It's kind of like your bank balance where you have inputs, transfers, and outputs. Inputs would be deposits in the case of your bank account. Transfers, maybe you put it in your checking and then maybe you transfer a little bit to savings. Or outputs being spending, your debit card use, withdrawals from the ATM, and so on. So the radiation balance of the atmosphere operates really the same kind of balance sheet, really, where incoming solar radiation, there's that energy then is can be transferred into oceans, for example, by penetrating the oceans, and then there's outputs, the radiative loss going back out to space. So those transfers include convection, which would be a heated surface or rising air, conduction, where some of the heat is conducted from the Earth's surface where it's received from the sun to some depth below, and latent heat of vaporization, which we will explain later. The net radiation is just the balance between incoming and outgoing, and that is carried by both shortwave and long-wave radiation. So again, the shortwave is the sun, long wave is from the Earth. We also use the word infrared to describe that long-wave radiation. So when there is more coming in than going out, more solar radiation than there is radiation loss, it's warming up. When there's more long-wave radiative loss than solar radiation coming in, then it's getting cooler. And so that's what happens at night and even starting in the very late afternoon. I'm doing this right now at 5, 6 p.m. and it's already cooling off. Why? Because there's more radiation being lost out to space than there is radiation coming in from the sun. Transmission is just the passage of energy through space, the atmosphere, or water. I mentioned that a little bit earlier. And then scattering, that happens as, for example, in the atmosphere, solar radiation coming in, the gases, nitrogen, for example, scatters. The sun is what makes the atmosphere look blue. Dust scatters the radiation some, water vapor, clouds, and ice as well.